not resisting. I'm not resisting no techniques. I'm not resisting no. I'm not resisting no. I just started. I'm not resisting no, me. What's this about? I'm not resisting. I'm just saying. I'm not resisting what's up here.
Okay then, so what you just seen in that little 30-second clip is probably gonna, well, it could actually affect my channel, but what you've just seen is, in my opinion, excessive force. Now, what you've seen is, what you didn't see is a female officer say, "Shut up and let me speak," and then that happens. And what you've just witnessed was obviously a group of them grab him, pin him to the floor, while he's saying he's not resisting arrest. What you might have missed is the armed officer stick his hand around this guy's throat before putting him to the floor, and then when he's putting him to the floor, he's pinning his head to the floor and kneels on his head. That to me is excessive, and there's no need to do that whatsoever. There's no need to put your hands around anybody's throats in resisting. When you're doing resisting, no, their policy and the College of Policing is very vague on what is allowed and what is not allowed. So I guess they just say, well, it depends on the threat at the time. Now, to me, this is all excessive force, and that is plain and simple what it is. Once I notice the camera there, they change the tactics on what force they're using once I notice somebody's recording them. But let's just get straight into this video.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting no techniques. I'm not resisting no. I'm not resisting no. I just started. I'm not resisting no, me. What's this about? I'm not resisting. I'm just saying. I'm not resisting what's up here.
Okay then, so as you've just seen, it's because somebody put his hands on him. But what I want you to do is look at this bit of the video. I'm slowing it down now. Look at where the armed police officer's hand is. It's around his throat, which is unnecessary in my opinion, to put your hands around somebody's throat just because he said, "Do not touch me." And then what you're going to see as well in a second when he's on the floor, probably about now, is the armed police officer put his knees right on his head and then take them off straight away once he notices the camera. That to me is excessive force, and he knows it's excessive force because he changed his tactic the minute they noticed the camera. Now, you can agree with me or you can disagree with me, but that's what I'm seeing here. But what is the reason for all of this response and this type of use of force? Well, we'll find that out a bit later on in the video. I won't let it get to that far, and I'll jump in a minute and I'll actually tell you why. So let's just get back to it.
Oh my God, this is hilarious. This is hilarious.
What happened? Fuck knows, he was standing there talking to me, and he's like, "Yo, can I go in there or something?" Just grabbed him down. Just need that many men to put him down, man.
I've done nothing wrong. I want to go home. I want to go home. I've done nothing wrong. Listen, look, have I done anything wrong here, please? Have I done anything wrong here, please?
Man detained, been held to the ground.
I've done nothing wrong. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my God. You see, Boris, I've got a plate in your left arm, please. Release your left glove, please. I've got a plate in my arm, please. Just look at my left arm, please. I've got a plate in my arm. I've got a plate in my left arm, please. Will you just lift it up, please? Please, yeah, please. No, I've got a plate in my arm. Please, I've got left arm. I've got a plate in my arm. You just don't release it, left glove, please. I will not move, I promise you. I've got a plate in my arm, please. You just loosen it, please. Please, you just loosen it, please. Please. Yeah, that is the only one. That is the only one that I'm asked about. Please. That's why I'm not asked. You just loosen it, left glove, please. I'm not really looking wrong, so that's why I'm saying you loosen it, left glove, please.
If you're going to stand him up. Just trying to block my view. Excuse me, what happened? What happened?
What happened? Now some baked beans, some cracker there, choked me, wanted to fight me, and I walked by and ran off. Like some little bag in there, shouted the police.
Okay. Yeah. Are you sat there laughing?
I know that I don't get it.
No.
You said he's been assaulted as well. The guys got me, the guys like, yo, you're in a place where robberies and drug dealing going on. I go, what do you mean I'm smoking a cig?
Can't stand anywhere about me.
I shoved him off the shows, man, because you're resisting and that, trying to grab my arm. I showed him, what do you mean? And just, you grab me so hard and that, you know what I mean? Cheeky, man. The abuse the powers, I swear down.
What's he been arrested for?
Why?
What's he been arrested for?
Ask the coppers. Ask the coppers.
You won't tell me. You won't tell me.
You won't tell them. Why? Smackers get away with it, don't they? Smackers got away with it. Nah, you've got no reason, mate. Someone can ask them. Look,
You always give no comment, like criminal says no comment.
Somewhere else he said.
Okay then, so I'll tell you exactly what he got arrested for. It's a Section 91 of the Criminal Justice Act of 1967, which is drunkenness in a public place. That is what he's getting arrested for, and it states, I'll just let it read it all out so nobody can say, oh, you're missing bits. But this is what it states.
Any person who in any public place is guilty, while drunk, of disorderly behaviour F1, shall be liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding F2 level 3 on the standard scale. 2. The foregoing subsection shall have effect instead of any corresponding provision contained in Section 12 of the M1 Licensing Act 1872, Section 58 of the M2 Metropolitan Police Act 1839, Section 37 of the M3 City of London Police Act 1839, and Section 29 of the M for Town Police Clauses Act 1847, being enactments which authorise the imposition of a short term of imprisonment or of a fine not exceeding £10 or both for the corresponding offence, and instead of any corresponding provision contained in any local act. 3. The Secretary of State may by order repeal any provision of a local act, which appears to him to be a provision corresponding to subsection 1 of this section, or to impose a liability to imprisonment for an offence of drunkenness or of being incapable while drunk. For in this section, public place includes any highway and any other premises or place to which at the material time the public have or are permitted to have access, whether on payment or otherwise.
Alright then, so this bit here, it's basically, well, this one here, look at how old these acts and legislations are. 87, 1839, 1839, but all these make it an offence to be drunken. Makes it an offence to be drunk. It never gets enforced because, like I say, a short term of imprisonment, which it is really short, or a fine not exceeding £10. £10. But this here, it says not exceeding level 3, which is about £1,000. So your punishment for being drunken and disorderly behaviour is a fine of £1,000. Does being drunk and disorderly fit the punishment what he has got? He has been, in my opinion, physically assaulted with the excessive force. He doesn't understand why he's been arrested yet. And you get that out a bit later on by the lass which said, what's the point of doing the job? But this, he gets done for drunk and disorderly. It's just a way to make money, basically. That's exactly what it is. Because all that's going to happen is he's going to spend a night in cells and then he's going to be released, charged with drunk and disorderly, and fined. So that's basically his punishment, being drunk and disorderly. And that is the type of excessive force used on somebody being drunken, disorderly. Now, if you agree with that type of force, then more fool you. because that means if you commit a section 5, which is maybe offending somebody, they're going to do the same because it just rolls down. If they don't get put in check now, they never will, and that use of force will become normal for them. Especially that armed copper. He stuck his hand around his throat and then kneeled on his head. That was excessive. And then they committed a section 5 public order as well by swearing at him for doing what he was trying to do in the first place. But it's a bit hard to move when you've got 6 people laid on top of you holding your limbs down. But let's get back into the video.
Somewhere else. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in it, mate. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in it, mate. Look here.
Let's have a little dabble, mate.
They're filming, not me. Can I just go home, please? Can I just go home, please?
Have a little dabble, mate.
Oh my God, you feel that? It's
Car's only there.
Hey, it's worth the look in the city, mate. Has this all on film, yeah?
I'm going to come to the car with you.
Thank you, mate. Has it got all this on film, yeah?
Yeah.
I will go with you. I will go with you. You've got nothing on me up there. Thank you, mate. Nice one.
So no reason for the arrest. It's crazy.
Yo, like it, come with me. Yo, like it, come with me. Look, these are throwing me about, like it. Yo, like it, these are throwing me about. How do you throw me about, like it? Yo, like it, Jack. Look, and they're still doing me like that. Look, these are sick out there. Nothing, have I done anything? Have I done anything?
Get up.
Listen, if you
Don't let him bad you up.
Stop messing about. What's that? Go on and walk. But then come walk then. We're giving you benefit of the doubt. As long as you stop pushing me, I'll free you, my bro. Come on, come on.
What's been arrested for? What's been arrested for? Fight.
yeah, there was
Drunk. Manchester's fell apart. Oh, it's really bad now. I remember when you used to be able to come here and, you know, enjoy it.
We're gonna, when we get to our car, I just want to speak to him, but can you not video because I want to calm him down, and if he's calm...
I know, but I'm allowed to film now.
Yeah,
you know.
You can film. But I'm just saying, I want to speak to him and try and down because he's just acting up with the camera now, isn't he?
Well, but as police officers, you don't say much, but it's nice just to be able to answer a question, that's all. You know.
Nice not to have a phone in your face.
Yeah, but you've got cameras. You put your cameras on our face, so I'm allowed to put cameras on your face.
Public serving, though.
You know, you're a servant to the public.
Yeah, I am.
You can't deny me the right to film.
Not deny you the right to film.
It sounds like you are, though.
To answer your question, so.
You're meant to be a police officer.
A little bit more, please, look. Because the arm is killing me, and I am. I've still got PTSD and all that, yeah. I've been done for yourself, so, you know, all that shit. We're just freezing out left arm, please. Just see what last 2 seconds for me, you know.
Keep following. Over it. In front of me.
Oh, that's what you all say. That's what you all say. That's what you all say. But then you called and you just said, you know my bag is better. I go straight up to the public and no something says, and no something says, you will get
So is that another section 5? I wouldn't say he kicked him on purpose. You could say that. What I'm going to do is slow it down. Bear in mind this person is drunk. You've seen how he was acting and the way he was walking, getting pushed up here, leaning back. And the way he was stood when he was being searched and that lot, leaning back. So you could say he's very unsteady on his feet, so this could just be a little mistake. But yet this little officer decides to use verbal abuse towards a handcuffed person, which escalates the whole situation. Again, because he wants to feel his little power ego. So what I'm going to do is let the rest of this video play out uninterrupted and then have my little say at the end.
And told the truth, don't fucking throw me like that. Get in there. Now get away from me. You won't get me in there. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. I will get in. I will get in. I will get in. Get away from me. Where me out go? Where me out go? It's run out from me. It's run out from me. Look at me. I'm getting out. Let's look you. Where me out go? From me out. Why do you think it's coming up? Look at you little midget. You moving little midget. I see it.
Right.
Cheers. Getting good though.
The Walk of Fame.
Yo, that's my bro, get him.
Where's the baby gone? Where's he gone? A baby like shit out.
He's got off for us.
Being placed in a van.
Where's that baby gone? Over now.
So, do you think the use of force was permitted at the beginning? We'll go by the beginning because the rest of it I would say was reasonable for the type of behaviour he was committing. Yes, I would say that was reasonable. The very first bit, I wouldn't say was reasonable. Now, the police, after all this, it is... it's good to have him thingied, but they could have given him the option to get in a taxi and go home, or be arrested for drunk and disorderly, to save cell space. Now, cell space is a big problem they have, because there's only so many cells available, and if a serious crime comes in, what are they going to do with the cells? Exactly. So they end up moving you to the next available lockup, which has cells available. But on the weekend, a lot of people get arrested for petty things like drunk and disorderly. Rather than, I'm not saying all police officers do it, but rather than asking them to move on, they'll just arrest them, like in this situation. Now, this could have been resolved by just asking him to leave, go home, getting him a taxi. And he probably would have. Or he wouldn't have, and the situation would have been the same. But you don't know unless if that option has been given. But all that being said, like I said, the use of force at the beginning was a bit excessive. The language used by the little officer and his overreaction to a possible trip. Now, I'm not going to say he deliberately kicked him. I'm not going to say he tripped over him, because I'm not that person and I don't know. But when you're drunk, as you've seen, he was not too steady on his feet. So, it's there, sir. And he probably did get arrested further for assault on a police officer, and he'll probably get done for it and probably go to prison. Because that's the type of justice system we have got at the moment. But all that being said, I want to thank my member for being a member. If you want to become a member, press the join button, pick what section, pick a tier you want, and you'll get some perks. Now, let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, because this is probably going to come out on Christmas Day. So, Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you on the next one.